The experts have been telling you the same lie for decades. They claim if you want absolute precision in the backcountry, you must drain your bank account on a custom-built rifle. They are right about one thing. The classics are classics for a reason. But what they ignore is that the game has changed. Modern machining has quietly destroyed the multi-thousand-dollar barrier to entry. Today, we are looking at 5 American-made bolt-action hunting rifles, delivering surgical accuracy right out of the box. Most of what sits in your safe right now is outdated. Sitting at number 1 today is a game changer that most of those experts have never even picked up. Sliding into the number 5 spot is the Ruger American Gen 2. For years, the budget rifle market was a race to the bottom, dominated by cheap plastic and barely acceptable accuracy. The Gen 2 completely rewrites that expectation. Out of the box, the splatter-finish polymer stock feels rugged and grabs your hand even if you are freezing in a blind. When you squeeze the adjustable marksman trigger, it snaps like a frozen twig under a boot. Under the hood, this thing runs a cold hammer-forged barrel with spiral fluting. That is not just for looks. The cold hammer forging process realigns the steel at a molecular level for insane durability, while the fluting shaves off front-end weight and creates more surface area. This means the barrel cools down fast after rapid strings of fire, giving you consistent terminal performance without stringing your shots. The 3-lug bolt operates with a short 70-degree throw. You will never smash your knuckles into a low-mounted optic when you are cycling the action in a panic. It feeds on 6.5 Creedmoor and consistently prints 0.89-inch groups at 100 yards. That kind of precision used to cost a fortune. My only gripe is the overall balance. Despite the fluted barrel, it still feels a little nose-heavy, and the polymer stock carries some minor vibrations. But that is a soft annoyance, not a mission killer. The damage to your wallet is roughly $600 at the counter. It is a working-class hero that gets the job done. Stepping up the game, we have the Weatherby Model 307 Alpine ST. For decades, Weatherby meant the massive Mark V action, a beautiful beast, but a closed ecosystem. The 307 changes everything. It is their first 2-lug cylindrical action built on the legendary Remington 700 footprint. That means you get Weatherby craftsmanship with an open door to the largest aftermarket parts ecosystem on the planet. The carbon fiber stock from Peak 44 cuts weight dramatically without sacrificing structural integrity, keeping the total weight hovering around 6.5 pounds. Dropping behind the scope, cycling the bolt feels like sliding on oiled glass. When you send it down range, the AccuBrake ST tames the recoil of heavy magnums into a firm push rather than a brutal punch. Looking under the hood, the bolt features an M16 style extractor. This is not just a fancy bullet point. An M16 extractor bites onto the rim of the cartridge with massive claw tension, guaranteeing that the spent brass is ripped out of the chamber every single time. When you are tracking big game in brutal weather and need an immediate follow-up shot, a stuck casing is unacceptable. This system ensures flawless terminal performance when it matters most. Slings 300 Win Mag downrange with terrifying consistency, punching 0.75-inch groups at 100 yards. The toolless bolt takedown lets you strip and clean the firing pin assembly in the middle of nowhere without a workbench. It is completely weatherproofed with Cerakote, ready for absolute wilderness survival. Look, I have no real complaints here. The engineering is flawless, and the modularity is exactly what modern shooters demand. But if you are on a tight budget, this one will sting at the register. It is built for people who buy once and buy right. It sets you back roughly $2,600, but it earns every single penny in the backcountry. Entering the elite tier, we have the Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT. Sound off below if you trust a sub-6-pound rig in a real wilderness survival situation, or if you think heavy always means reliable. I know the purists will argue, but this rifle shatters the old rules of weight and balance. Tipping the scales at a mind-bending 5.3 pounds, this platform feels like holding empty space. When you get behind the scope, the Trigger Tech Match Trigger uses frictionless release technology, breaking like a fragile icicle snapping in half. You would expect a lightweight rifle to kick like an angry mule, but thanks to the side baffle stainless brake, the recoil feels like a polite tap on the shoulder. Looking at the structural engineering, the absolute magic is in the flash forge technology stock. Instead of traditional carbon fiber layup where workers layer sheets and soak them in heavy epoxy, FFT uses chopped carbon fibers randomly dispersed and forged under extreme heat and pressure. That specific process squeezes out all the useless dead-weight resin and creates isotropic strength. That means the stock handles recoil stress perfectly from every possible angle while stripping a full pound off the gun. You stay faster on your feet when climbing steep ridges with a heavy pack. Runs on 7mm PRC, and Christensen guarantees sub-minute of angle precision straight from the factory. My only gripe is the financial upgrade path. If you want to jump to the titanium action to shave those last few ounces, the price-to-performance ratio becomes absolutely brutal. But that is a budget issue, not a mechanical failure. Street price is roughly $2,049. This is where most channels stop. We keep going. The Seekins Precision Havak Element M3 takes the second spot. Dropping into the shooting position, the carbon composite stock locks into your shoulder like a tailored suit. When you press that Trigger Tech shoe, it rolls over like a polished ball bearing. The recoil impulse from the Hunter brake is a dull shove, keeping your reticle firmly on the target without snapping your neck back. Under the hood, Seekins did something completely radical with the hybrid action. They built the receiver body out of 7000 series aerospace aluminum to cut massive weight, but they engineered the steel bolt lugs to lock directly into the steel barrel extension. That means the aluminum body just acts as a smooth guide, while all 65,000 pounds of chamber pressure are contained purely by high-strength steel. You get the unyielding safety of a heavy tactical rig, but wrapped in a package that weighs less than 6 pounds. It eats 7mm PRC for breakfast, consistently punching 0.89-inch groups. The bolt features a short 60-degree throw, making follow-up shots blindingly fast. Plus, the built-in bubble level on the 20-minute of angle rail eliminates canting errors instantly. My only gripe is the proprietary nature of the quick-change barrel system. It is brilliant for swapping calibers in the field, but it locks you into their specific barrel ecosystem, which limits your aftermarket choices. You are looking at roughly $2,895. This one earns its elite spot, but wait until you see the monster sitting at number 1. Taking the absolute crown at number 1 is the Springfield Armory Model 2020 Waypoint. Springfield Armory is a name soaked in American history. They have been virtually absent from the commercial bolt-action market since the legendary 1903 infantry rifle ceased production in 1949. That military heritage was built on delivering lethal accuracy under catastrophic conditions, and the Waypoint proves they have not forgotten how to build a predator. Look, this masterpiece gives you the rugged field reliability of number 4, but with a match-grade setup that puts number 2 to shame, and it does it at a price that makes number 3 look like a terrible investment. It is the perfect storm of precision engineering. Chambered in 300 PRC, this rifle easily punches 0.71-inch groups all day long. When you stage that Trigger Tech shoe, it snaps like a thin chalk line. Thanks to the included radial brake, the heavy recoil is absorbed into a smooth roll backward rather than a vicious strike to your collarbone. Under the hood, Springfield uses electrical discharge machining to cut the bolt raceways after the stainless steel is already hardened. That means they remove metal at a molecular level without causing microscopic warping in the receiver. Your bolt glide is flawlessly smooth, and the lock time drops down to 1.9 milliseconds. That technical advantage ensures the firing pin strikes and the bullet exits the barrel before your heartbeat or breathing can throw off the shot. Honestly, I have no real complaints here. But if you only hunt from a heated blind at 50 yards, this level of technology is total overkill. It is built exclusively for hunters pushing the absolute limits of distance and endurance. The cost to take it home is roughly $2,200, securing its place as the undisputed king. The gear does not make the hunter, but the wrong gear will absolutely cost you the shot when it matters most. These 5 platforms represent the sharpest edge of American manufacturing right now, tearing down the old walls of custom-built pricing and delivering pure performance to the people. Make your choice, put in the repetitions, and know your zero. If you want the raw truth without the fluff, lock it in right here.